How's that? You hear me?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, no, you look homeless. You got the beanie and blanket combo going today.
It's cold as fuck.
It is a little bit chilly in here.
I
got
figured
the Carhartt.
I wish I got gloves that didn't have the fingers, like you had the fingers cut out. Maybe a can of beans.
Yeah. Little beanie weenies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so those of you who don't know, well, none of you know, but half of my electricity went out in my house, so not all of it. So obviously we have electricity, but half of it is gone, and so the upstairs heat is working, but the downstairs heat isn't, and it's cold as shit. So we out here living like homeless people out on the streets.
Yeah, basically homeless out here.
Yeah. It's freezing. I'd rather it be cold than hot.
Yeah.
But damn, this is cold.
Yeah, cold life.
Let's see if this will work.
It's a cold day. It's still red.
Well, it's red before you turn it on.
Oh.
This motherfucker won't plug in. Literally won't plug in.
Flip it around.
I did. The other way's worse. Yeah, it has to be this way. You just gotta
force it.
Force it. Oh, fuck. Alright. It wouldn't come out. Alright. I'm setting a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay.
We had a space heater.
We had one. It was actually pretty warm in here.
Yeah, it was doing.
It was starting to get chilly though.
It was doing fine until I put it under this blanket to warm up the space underneath, and then it was like, uh-oh, you're gonna start a fire. Better shut off and decide not to shut back on.
Yeah, you tried to have a little tent party over there.
Yeah, I gotta warm up my balls, man.
Well,
so our other guests flaked out, so it's just us again.
Oh yeah, it's fine though.
Those are the best ones, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you been up to, man? What you been up to lately?
Working on school. You know.
Yeah.
I'm usually either at work or doing my classes. That's really about it. Yeah. And then buying gun shit because I've been watching videos of war crimes all day.
Yeah. You ready for World War III?
So I'm just like, oh shit, man.
You ready for WW3?
No, I don't want to. War with Russia would be one of the worst things ever. That would be terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I saw that, at this point, whatever, it's been like, 2 days, 3 days?
Yeah,
since the initial
full-blown war broke out in Ukraine, yeah.
I think Ukraine's been doing fairly well.
Yeah, they're putting up more of a fight than Russia expected.
Yeah. And, if I sound stuffy as hell, it's because I've got allergies and there's hella cats up in this piece. So just bear with us with our hopelessness and stuffiness. Yeah.
Should be chain smoking.
I swear I don't have COVID.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll see. But no, I from what I've heard, they've done pretty well so far. I mean, I'm not a military expert, but what I will say is they got a couple of badasses out there.
Yeah,
in Ukraine.
They got some badass Ukrainian fighters doing a good job. Yeah. And before we go into this, I want to first say neither one of us are Ukrainian. We don't know a whole lot other than just what we've been seeing on TV and, well, TikTok. We're honest.
Yeah, mainly TikTok. Let's be real. That's where we get our news. That's where we get our news is straight from the Chinese government.
So we're not experts at all.
Yeah. Did you see that they have there's apparently some Ukrainian ghost fighter?
Yeah, the Ghost of Kyiv.
Yeah, the Ghost of
the fighter jet pilot.
He's shot down 6 Russian planes so far.
Yeah.
Within the first 2 days.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's fucking nuts. You know what else I've heard?
What?
People are saying it's not a Ukrainian. They're saying it's possibly an American or a British fighter pilot. Obviously, this is all conspiracy and all just horse shit. But supposedly, it's a British fighter pilot.
Well, that'd be interesting if a random British fighter pilot just threw himself right into the
Well, it's not.
front lines.
It's not random. It's more or less like one of the like black ops, covert ops type thing. They put them in there and then they say, "Oh, they're Ukrainian, but they're not. They're like British."
Well, that'd be a badass motherfucker. I mean, it's a badass motherfucker regardless.
Either way, yeah.
Because I mean, the chances of not going home are
high.
Yeah,
extremely high.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a suicide mission, but it's not. It's not far from it.
Yeah.
So
no, extremely high. So I don't know.
Whoever it is, they're doing a damn good job. My question is this: how do they know it's the same jet? How do they know it's the same one every time? Because the people, I think, saying this aren't...
I mean, I think they've got, like, cameras on them, right? Like, they gotta be, like, confirmed kills.
Right, well,
or kills or downs or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't done any research on this, but I've been assuming these are... Because there's footage, like, of civilians with, you know, smartphones just recording it fly by and shooting down. And it seems like it's just civilians being like, oh, there it is again. It's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, it'd be different if it was the Ukrainian military saying, oh, yeah, this is the same guy. Which, if it is the Ukrainian military, even if it isn't the same guy, starting those rumors is a good idea. To like,
no, I thought
they
that
got
too.
their superhero.
I thought that too. I was like, "There's no way." They got the Chris Kyle of fucking fighter pilots out there, just like eye in the sky, like we're ready to go.
We can't lose. We have Superman on our team.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I hope it's true. Do I believe it? No.
I also don't want to have. I don't want people to have their hopes up in one guy who could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you know. Could be dead right now. But I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah. But while we're on topic, one of the other things I was going to touch base on is the fact that we were just talking about this. Obviously, there have been wars since modern technology has come out. But this is probably the first time I can think of that a war, full-blown war, has broken out in a first world country where there are people everywhere with smartphones and internet access. You know, it's not like Afghanistan. Everybody has their phones and they're streaming shit. But I mean, this is in Ukraine where there's still tons of civilians there, and they're all posted on Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram, whatever. Just, it's like live streaming a modern war as it happens, and it's probably the first time that's ever really happened on this scale.
It's pretty wild.
This is like world history happening.
It's some world history, but I've seen some pretty funny TikToks too. Did you see the one I sent you of the guy that was like blasting EDM music out the window in the war zone?
Yeah. And that guy just starts dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the first morning. I think it really all started through the night. I don't remember which night it was, but I was working night shift. So I remember I was like, oh shit, this is actually
we actually had talked about that.
We had talked about it previously that night, and I was like, no, I think so far it's just like in 2014 where they took Crimea. But then you went to bed, and throughout the night I was watching updates, and I actually was streaming actual news.
Well, I told you, I was like, dude, they invaded. And you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. And then like throughout the night I was like, no, you're right. Like you woke up to a message, I was just like, no, you're right. This is a full-fledged invasion. Like this is different than 2014 for sure. And then of course since then it's just escalated.
Yeah, you know what? I just can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know which side to pick. You know what I mean?
You're fucking with me.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, there are people.
I can't pick the side. I can't pick the side of a guy whose last name sounds like a fart joke. Because the boy Putin out here, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, what? If your last name sounds like a fart, I'm not supporting you. Like.
Oh my god. Yeah, no,
Tell me I'm wrong.
No. There are actually people on the internet that I've seen, mostly entitled college Americans, who are like trying to say, well, you know, who's decided that Russia's the bad guys? Like what they were trying to say it's because they're not in, they haven't joined the World Bank, and so they're being portrayed as the bad guys, so they're the enemies. And I'm like,
they haven't joined the World Bank because they knew that they were going to do this, so they needed a backup plan.
Well, yeah, but like the main factor, all I need to know that they're the bad guys is the fact that it was unprovoked, premeditated invasion. Ukraine was minding their damn business, and they just invaded them.
Well, I mean, they said.
The only justification that they claim to have is that they wanted their land. Like,
Well,
they just
no,
invaded a
I've heard a
country.
lot of different things. And then, let's be honest, the Russian media will just say whatever they want to say. But from what I heard, is they were claiming that the Ukrainians were doing some kind of genocide, and they were like Nazis in the Ukrainian government, and that's why they were taking it over to stop a genocide, quote unquote. What genocide? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if that were the case, then that would obviously change things.
Oh yeah, of course.
I've never heard anything like that.
No.
Again, I'm not an expert on this, but just from the information that I've heard, it seems to me like they literally just wanted the land and that they invaded
It's
them.
not just
to
that
take
they want the
land.
land; they're just trying to dude, Crimea, Georgia, and now Ukraine. They're just trying to rebuild the Soviet Union. I mean, that's
what
literally all it is.
That's what Putin. They're not hiding it. Putin said
Yeah.
that the fall of the Soviet Union was the worst thing that's ever happened to Russia. That's what Putin said. At least that's what I heard he said. I don't remember the source. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. But Ukraine has a lot of tactical geographical advantages, like ports and the natural gas, the gas line that they have on it, all that stuff.
Well, yeah, Russia doesn't have any access to
Very limited ports, warm water
yeah,
ports.
It's the Black Sea, I believe. Or,
Yeah, that's the main one because
they have no access to it without Ukraine.
I remember in the whole
that was the Crimea thing.
The height of the Syria conflict. I remember Russia was backing ISIS Russia was backing the General Assad, the leader of the Syrian regime, because he wanted the warm water ports, from what I heard. And so this seems to me like a similar motives.
Pretty much cut and dry.
But there's more. Yeah, he wants warm water ports. He wants the gas line underneath Ukraine. And apparently, after he took Crimea, again, these sources, I don't know how reliable they are, but from what I heard, they took Crimea and then the rest of Ukraine cut off the water supply to Crimea. And now that's completely drying up and they can't do much with Crimea without the rest of the country.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
So, but I mean, none of these reasons I think would really justify an invasion at all, other than the fact that they just want the land and they want the tactical advantages of the land.
Well, you see that like most countries have like turned their backs on Russia as far as this goes. Like most countries besides like I don't know, maybe China that have been like that have pretty much been saying like, no, you guys are in the wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of people were mad at Germany because they're not
saying anything, but you know why, right?
Yeah, they've like invested in something. With Russia.
So what it is that Russia has a lot of oil and a lot of natural gas, and Germany, I think, gets
like all their power,
like 60 or 70% of their power is from Russia.
Yeah,
so they're obviously not going to be eager to jump on one side or the other because, like, I know they have their NATO.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really
that they have to abide by, but
yeah, it's not like they're jumping on board with Russia or anything. They're just like they're gonna ironically be the Switzerland this time around, from what it seems like. And they're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they, I mean, I can't speak for them or their prime minister or whoever, but I mean, I think if they had better energy,
resources for power,
then yeah, they would probably jump on the bandwagon of they're fucking up in Russia.
Yeah,
but they can't really say that because
they're
that's where all
relying
their
on
power.
them too much, right?
So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of shitty, the scenario that they put themselves in. Like,
Yeah.
why would you even trust them to that extent? Like,
That's true.
have already known, like, there's a reason why there was a Cold War, and, and it's too late. Like, you can't just take that infrastructure back out.
Right. Right.
So, I saw somebody, online, they were talking about, they're like, Germany's excited because they're not involved with the Third World War, and then somebody else wrote, they were like, yet. They're not yet. We'll see.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
Germany is progressive as hell, from what I understand.
Oh,
now.
they've been super progressive,
right,
for years.
So they would definitely choose different sides in the modern age. So they've. Yes. And then, in Japan, I was thinking about Japan the other day. I was like, Japan's just kind of like out here in the Far East, alone and unafraid. It's like, I hope America protects us. I don't think anybody has beef with us. Like, I mean,
China.
other than China.
China, and then okay. Speaking of China, like I've seen where there have been like there's been talks
Taiwan.
about Taiwan, where stuff's about to could potentially pop off just because
China's like, oh, are we doing this now?
Yeah, they've been wanting Taiwan for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And then so now it's like nobody is doing anything about this literal invasion of an entire ass country. What's stopping China from just being like, hey, I'll do that too.
Yeah.
On an island.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well,
I mean,
everybody's
it is a
distracted
country,
with
but
this.
still. Well, it's not even a distraction thing. It's just more or less like, oh, U.S. won't do anything about Ukraine, the second largest country in Europe. What are they going to do about an island?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's several factors there. One of those is being Russia and China being so close. We don't want to go to war with both of them because that would
Literally be World War III.
Oh, absolutely. And also, we get so much trade from China. I think we just don't want to fuck with them. I mean, unless we absolutely
Well, I feel like
to.
that's the reason why they don't want to fuck with us.
Yeah, true. We don't want to fuck with each other, but they're probably right in the fact that we're probably not going to get involved a whole lot with Taiwan. I mean, other than telling them no, don't do that.
I mean, well, it just depends on who's. It just depends on who's in office, really.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, look.
I'm not going to say who I want to be in office.
Yeah, but I will say
I don't think we really have a whole lot of options.
No.
But fuck, did we have to have Biden?
Yeah, for real. And he ain't fucking.
If
he ain't tough on him.
If we were gonna have Biden, then at least have a Biden that was before he went senile.
Yeah, at the very least. Well, I will say he's done pretty well. I will give him his props. He's done pretty well with the whole Ukraine scenario.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
because I mean, I've heard a lot of different opinions as far as how we should approach this. A lot of my Marine Corps buddies have been like, yeah, fucking put me in, coach. And I'm like, you really want to go up against MiGs and tanks and nukes?
Yeah.
We go to war with Russia and that escalates. Nuclear war is not something I'd be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, the MiGs and tanks and all that, and then just like the,
Haha. We have heat.
So the MiGs and tanks and all that is one thing, but the nukes is an entirely different thing,
Oh yeah, then that's the main.
That's the main thing. Like war is not war anymore. It's just not.
Yeah,
I mean, and the war was never good. But what I will say is like now it's just an entirely different thing. Like it's
with
not
the
like
threat, with the potential threat of like the end of modern civilization.
I mean,
yeah.
Even possibly the end of like humanity.
I'm sure random countries like Kenya, people would probably be flocking there and try to establish. You know what I mean? But man, the fallout of that would be miserable. But yeah, I'm sure there'd be some countries that wouldn't be untouched, but I'm sure it wouldn't. Like, when missiles are flying between the U.S. and China and North Korea and Russia, I doubt anyone's going to be like, fuck you, Somalia!
Yeah. Well, you remember that old YouTube video? It's like the end of the world, and it's like George Bush versus China.
Alaska can come too.
Yeah, Alaska can come too. What, and then like Australia?
But they'll be soon dead. They'll be dead soon anyway. Fucking kangaroos.
Fucking kangaroos.
That's a classic.
That's a classic video, man. The end of the world.
End of the world.
So we're still talking about Ukraine, which by the time that this episode even comes out, everything we're talking about may even be just to the wayside, may be completely...
We don't know how it's going to go.
We have no idea. Nobody knows how it's going to go down, but you had a couple of things that had happened like recently, like you were saying about those...
The warships.
The warships, yeah.
So yeah, there was... well, at this point, it's kind of going viral on TikTok, so a lot of people have already seen this, but the one where there was a Russian warship...
It was like 13 Ukrainians on an island, right?
Something like that. And the Russian warship was like surrender or we'll open fire. And it's just the audio of the Ukrainians like, should we tell them to go fuck themselves just in case?
I saw the video.
Go fuck yourself.
I saw a video, quote unquote, from the Ukrainians' perspective, and they said that, which I don't know how that makes any sense, because how would they send it out? But still, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, I texted it to you. Oh, so here's a quote that wasn't really on our list to talk about, but I just thought it's kind of relevant. Kind of cheesy, but I thought it was interesting. I don't even remember. I should probably know who said this, so I'm going to say it on the podcast. But it's a quote, possibly from one of our former presidents. I don't know. But nearly all... Yeah, I can look it up later. I'll look it up later.
It's a quote from somebody.
From somebody. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Made me think of Putin. But I thought that was just an interesting quote. Yeah, I told you it was cheesy.
Okay, speaking of...
I got my Moto boner going.
Speaking of men in power, what about the fucking Ukrainian prime minister?
He's the badass motherfucker.
Yeah. Did you see the video where he was talking to them?
That was Abraham Lincoln who said that. I Googled it. Just so I give him credit so he doesn't sue me. All right.
Did you see where the Ukrainian prime minister had said something about how he did it was like the day after they had gotten invaded, and he put out a video saying like, this may be the last time you see me, I'm staying here, blah blah blah, and how pretty much I'm a fucking hard ass badass, and then it was like a day or two later, and he was talking directly to like Biden, because apparently Biden said that they were going to send in like a secret ops, special ops force in to extract him from Ukraine. And he said, I don't need extraction. The fight is here. I need ammunition.
Nice.
What a badass, bro. Literally like a quote from him.
Well, yeah, it's his fucking country. And he wants to protect it. Yeah, I've seen pictures of him like in full kit, like up in the, I don't know if it's front lines, but up in the, well, Ukraine is pretty much the front lines at this point.
I mean,
like walking around with the military.
I mean, let's be real. There's no way this man makes it, but let's be honest, like he's a badass for it, though. I'll say it.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, it'd be like the captain going down with the ship.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
I hope he puts up a good fight. But I bet he would. He's like what was it?
I'd say he'll probably get extracted at some point. Let's be real.
Maybe, yeah. It depends on if he accepts it.
Yeah, true.
Well, I don't really know him personally. I don't know what kind of person he is, but
yeah.
It reminds me of I don't know if it was like the Prince of Jordan or something. Had like a I don't know. I'm gonna jack all this up. But some like higher up had like a family member killed in Syria or something, and he was like a fighter jet pilot, so he just flew personally into Syria and just fucked up a bunch of people. And he was either like the leader of Jordan or like the son of the leader of Jordan or something like that, or like the brother. But there were like pictures of him in like the fighter jet uniforms. Like, yeah,
damn, that's really insightful, bro.
Fuck off. I didn't plan to talk about that prior to the podcast, so I didn't have all the details. And I kept thinking, I was like, oh,
well, I will say, hopefully Ukraine can hold out, and like we said before, they seem to be holding out fairly well. But I mean, obviously, like they are the second largest country in Europe, but they don't have the military like Russia does. But I mean,
they'd have to rely on their allies, and it really comes down to who's going to join the fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but they're not NATO though. Is the thing they were almost in NATO, but they're not though. That's part of why they fucking invaded. It's because they were not part of NATO. They were in the process of becoming part of NATO potentially.
Right. But still, I mean, other countries might still, in good faith, get involved. And that.
Well, I mean, we have troops that are being sent over there.
Mostly
to
on the
like
border.
Poland, to like Poland and these other countries that are like on the border. Obviously, no, I don't think we have any, quote unquote. We don't have any troops on the ground in Ukraine, quote unquote.
Yeah, not that I know of.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, at this point, when the podcast comes out, it may be an entirely different scenario.
Yeah.
You know? I just can't support a dude whose last name sounds like farts.
Yeah, I mean, most importantly, that's what it all comes down to.
Like, his last name sounds like farts. Oh, Putin, bro. Boy, Putin everywhere.
Yeah. Just another note I have on here, kind of relevant. I just saw, it was a quote that I saw, another one from somebody, that was more or less pretty much just saying, like, how modern societies, in most cases, are kind of an anomaly that you could collapse at any moment. And I think the initial post was it was advocating the personal ownership of firearms and everything, and it's because like if you think about it, like if you put yourself in the shoes of a Ukrainian, then yeah, it'd be nice if everybody was able to just pick up and join the fight. You know, I mean, we're lucky enough to be bordered by just oceans, Canada, and Mexico. So we have a geographical advantage, but I mean, if we were in a place like Ukraine, surrounded by a bunch of other motherfuckers, it'd be pretty important to, yeah, I don't know. It just seems you need weapons to be able to defend yourself and your country in times of war, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Did you see?
Russia's just going to say, go fuck yourself.
Did you see where Ukraine was, first off, they made it illegal for any male over the age of 18 or 17 to leave the country? Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's facts. And not only that, but they are giving out weapons to all the citizens in the country, and anybody that's willing to fight.
Yeah.
For Ukraine.
Anyone between 18 and 60.
No, they were giving out weapons to everyone.
Okay, well, there's a draft for anyone between 18 and 60.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's only men or what, but yeah.
But I will say, like, that's good, kind of. But no, that ain't good, bro. If your country is like, hey, we're giving out guns to everyone that is willing to fight, that's a fucked up scenario, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is a terrible scenario to be in. Like, that's like last of the last, you know.
Yeah, they're not fucking around. They know that this could be the end of their country.
I just don't understand, like, why, like, Ukraine has been around for thousands of years, you know, whatever, blah, 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 but they were part of the Soviet Union. They've been around for 1,000 years, but they were part of the Soviet Union. But then when the Soviet Union dissolved, that was 30 years ago. Russia, it took you 30 years to be like, oh, by the way, I want that shit back. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Makes no sense to me. I mean, like you said, it really probably boils down to the borders.
They wanted their land and the tactical advantages that the land entails. Oh shit! Damn, you're right.
Yeah, no, they've been around for a long, long time. Because I looked it up the other day because I was like, how old is that country? And then it's like, oh well, realistically, the modern country is only 30 years old.
And I didn't know much about Ukraine before all this happened. Pretty much all I knew about it was that's where Mila Kunis was from.
And we talked about like Chernobyl. Like I heard that they took over Chernobyl like 2 days ago or something. I didn't even realize Chernobyl wasn't in Russia. You know,
I literally thought
that shows how
was
American we are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I thought Chernobyl was already in Russia until people talking about Russia taking Chernobyl, and I was like, oh,
same.
I'm just an idiot then, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I was just like, wow, okay, well.
Well, we had to talk about that because
we had to. That's
the most important thing happening in the world right now. So it's kind of hard not to bring it up at least. It's only a few days in, so I guess we'll see how it goes. But you know, hope for the best.
I've got a question for you. We always have questions. This is a hypothetical question. So out of all...
I know where you're going with this.
Out of all the fictional characters, out of all the stories that you've ever heard or movies that you've seen, which one do you want to punch in the face the most?
Actually, I have to look up the name, but it's Most people probably don't even know who I'm talking about, but it's from the movie 24.
I've not seen that.
And it's not Joffrey. The most common one people are going to say is Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Yes, I hate that motherfucker too. I'd love to punch him in the face. But man, yeah, this show, season 1 came out in 2001. And
24? What is that? 24 hours?
No, 24 with Keith Sutherland. You know what I'm talking about?
You sound like a boomer.
Yeah,
no, I've never heard
Kiefer Sutherland. The first season is like
Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. Okay. People usually just Keith Sutherland.
Keith.
But yeah, it
Keith.
was actually a really good show. At least the first few seasons were, and the first one was about like this might be kind of spoilers, but not really because this happens in like the first episode. But he finds out that apparently there's going to be a nuclear explosion in, I don't remember, like New York or Washington or something like that in 24 hours. And he alone is trying to solve it. And so like each episode is like, it goes by the hour. And he has 24 hours to stop the explosion. And it was really good, but it also shows the perspective of, like it has the president of the United States, and it was, let's see, Dennis Haysbert, who was from an insurance commercial. You know that guy?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can pull him up on the screen.
It's the Allstate guy.
Yeah, he's the Allstate guy. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He does an amazing job in this show at being a great president. Like, he just makes you
that guy would be the best president ever,
yeah, and
bro.
this show does a great job of making you love this guy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a good president. But his wife is a bitch. His wife is a fucking bitch, and she says all the wrong things, and I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. Sherry Palmer is the character's name, played by Penny Johnson-Gerald. And the first lady in that show, man,
you're telling me that dude's name is Kiefer Sutherland?
No, that dude's name is Dennis Haysbert.
Yeah.
The main character is played by Kiefer Sutherland. Okay. And you recognize him, you don't know.
Yeah, no, show me the picture. I gotta see the picture. Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Whack-ass first name, though, I'll be honest. Kiefer?
Yeah, is a weird name.
I know a dude named Kiefer. He was cool.
I'm trying to remember all the stuff
disrespect.
he's been in all sorts of stuff. I'm trying to remember what all. Mirrors.
Okay, so the president's wife is the one that you want to punch in the face?
Yes.
Okay. Well, mine is, I know yours is pretty random. Mine is pretty random too. So when I was a kid, I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day. Mm-hmm. You know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is? If you don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, what it is this show where they do card games. It's like an ancient card game, whatever. So in the first episode of the series, this dude's grandpa had this card deck that he had for 50 years, right? And he fights this guy in this card match, and he gets the Exodia card, the Exodia cards, which is like 5 cards, right? Yeah. And it's like never been played before, never happened, it's ever in existence. Okay, so he plays that, he ends up defeating this guy, fast forward, blah, blah, blah. This fucking bitch ass kid, I don't even know what his name is. He's like the bug kid. He's like, his like monsters are all bugs. Yeah. He was like, hey, Yugi, who's the main character of the show. He's like, hey, can I see your card deck? He goes, yeah, sure. He goes and hands it to him. He looks at it, pulls out the cards of Exodia. They're on a boat. He throws it off into the ocean. The only card deck in existence that has Exodia, and throws it in the ocean within like the first 3 episodes. That mofo, I want to punch. Dude, as a kid, I wanted to punch him so hard in the face. Like, and the crazy part was, like, in the show, they just kind of allowed it to happen. Like, they obviously were upset. And then, like, they just were like, okay, well, we're just going to go to this tournament. And then they, like, played it, the guy, like it didn't happen. Bro, I'm telling you, I'll play that guy. If I win, if I lose, doesn't matter. After that, I'm throwing hands. Like, you just threw away, like, essentially what was like multi-million dollars worth of cards.
Yeah.
Like, I know that
Throw him overboard.
Throw him overboard. Like, yo, you better go find the cards.
Yeah, go get him, bring him back.
Yeah, like I know they weren't worried about the money's sake, but they were like, literally never been used before. Anyway, I know that a lot of people won't.
I've heard you talking about that before.
I know a lot of people won't understand how serious that is, but it's never been played before, and the dude throws it into the ocean.
Yeah.
I'd throw him over into the sharks.
Oh, man. Yep, that was a good one.
Well, another one for me, because the last show we talked about, we talked a whole lot about Harry Potter, right?
Did we? We mentioned Voldemort. Because I remember somebody thought his name was Snape.
No.
I'm thinking of something else.
No, so me and Keaton were arguing whether, Yoda versus Voldemort.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then we all know, okay, Yoda's gonna win. Let's be real.
Except I think Keaton was saying Voldemort would win.
No, I was.
Oh, you were?
I was. Well, let's be real. You
were just trying to troll him.
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay.
But if you say, I'm not going to get into it, but what I will say is that in the Harry Potter universe versus the Star Wars universe, in Harry Potter universe, you can just say Avada Kedavra and you can kill somebody immediately. There's no such thing like that.
Avada Kedavra.
It is. Avada Kedavra.
Whatever.
But in the Star Wars universe, there is no such thing like that. You can't just say, like, Avada Kedavra and kill somebody.
Yeah.
That was my whole point. Like, if he got the jump on Yoda, it'd be over with. I mean, that's it.
Yoda would sense his power.
Yeah. So, another one for me, though, that I would want to punch in the face, before I had seen the whole series, which, like I said, I'm not like a huge Harry Potter fan, but the dude that I wanted to punch in the face until you find out, spoiler, not even going to say, but until the end, I wanted to punch Snape in the face so freaking hard. Because, like the whole time, he's just riding Harry's ass the entire time. But, I mean, it's for a good reason. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, why are you being such an ass?
Yeah, fuck off.
Like, seriously, like, everybody else out here is fucking with Harry, but you're not. Like, come on.
Trying to think of another Harry Potter character that I would want to punch. Like, my least favorite Harry Potter character.
I don't know.
Draco Malfoy, but that's an obvious
one. Yeah, Draco Malfoy could definitely get the hands. Like, pa, bitch. Like, he could easily get the hands. So, yeah, I mean, I would say Draco Malfoy, Snape, obviously, fucking Voldemort. Oh, dude, what? The fucking parents? The parents?
Yeah, Dudley
they could get all the hands, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
They could get all the hands, bro. Like, even the son eventually came around and was like, yeah, I know my parents are assholes. Like, he's not going to get the hands.
Kind of. I thought he started to, but it was like one of the ones where it starts at like a playground where Dudley, a Dementor shows up and he saves Dudley. But Dudley, the parents are like, what happened to you? And Dudley's like, I'm like, bitch, he just saved you.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, he's probably a little bit shook.
Yeah, well, then I found out later, apparently Muggles can't see Dementor, so he, I guess, probably thought it was all Harry. I don't know. But fuck that guy. And his parents.
No, he's okay. He was a shithead. But then he, like, grew up out of it.
I don't remember that.
At a certain point, he could have got the hands, though, I'll be real. Yeah. He could have got the hands.
I don't remember him getting better, but I'll take your word for it.
You know who could also get the hands? Fucking Angelica from Rugrats, bro. Fuck that bitch, bro.
Dude, it's been so long.
Dude. You don't remember Rugrats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Hey Arnold. Angelica.
Yeah, Angelica was the blonde-haired cousin of like Tommy and all that. Like,
I don't remember. I watched it when I was a kid, but I have a vague picture in my head of who you're talking about, but I don't remember what she acted like.
Angelica was the worst.
Fair enough.
Also, the chick from Hey Arnold.
Yeah,
But she was like obsessed with him though.
Yeah,
it was like a weird thing. You know? Like
Yeah.
she had a gum statue of him.
I remember that.
Like in her
shrine.
closet, like a shrine.
She had a shrine.
That's like she should be in jail.
That's raised some flags.
She should be in jail.
Or institutionalized or something.
Like the entire time she just acts like she hates him, but then the entire time she's obsessed with him.
I'm curious. I'm gonna Google most annoying fictional characters.
Well, for me, it's the motherfucker from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he's about to catch that fucking elbow to the fucking dome.
Yeah, I knew Joffrey would be number one. I
Joffrey.
mentioned Joffrey earlier.
Well,
on this podcast.
I'm not a big Game of Thrones fan. Sue me.
Oh, you know,
Okay.
they do a great job of making you despise this guy to the
Yeah.
point to where I would hesitate if I was an actor and they wanted me to play that role. I'd be like, man, people are gonna hate my face. Like if he plays any other role, people are gonna be like, fuck this motherfucker. Joffrey, some character I've never heard of.
Well-
Jar Jar Binks is number 3.
No.
Bella Swan, Bella from
From yes,
Twilight,
Twilight.
is number 4. She is pretty annoying.
She's pretty annoying, but she don't deserve the hands.
Yeah,
She's just annoying.
This is just as most annoying.
Yeah.
She is really annoying, but I at no point wanted to like punch her in the face or anything. Edward Cullen is number 5. It's her than him. Barney's number 6.
Speaking of Edward Cullen, have you seen that new Batman that's coming out?
Skylar White is number 7. Sorry, I find this fascinating. Skylar is the wife of the
I know who she. Yeah, Skylar,
Walt Whitman
Breaking
from
Bad. Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Walt Whitman, no, Walter White.
Walter White.
Walter White from Breaking Bad.
She's pretty bad.
She's pretty annoying. She wasn't that bad at first, but then after a while, she got pretty annoying.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the one who knocks.
Guess who's
Yeah,
Guess who's number 8?
I can't guess that.
Yeah, no, you can't. Buzz McAllister from Home Alone.
Dude, he could get the hands, bro.
Stereotypical
He could get the hands.
bully, yeah.
Yeah, he could get the hands for sure. Buzz McAllister.
It's a good one. Oh, number 12. I take it back. Actually, I think this one's number 1 for Harry Potter. By far number 1. I totally forgot she existed, but definitely number 1. I would want to punch her in the face. Dolores Umbridge. The one who makes him like write "I will not tell lies" and it burns in the back of his hand, and just refuses to admit that like the Death Eaters or Voldemort's back and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck her. I want to punch her in the face. Yeah, okay. She
What
takes the
about,
cake.
What about
for it.
old Moaning Myrtle? You remember her?
Yeah, I had a.
Don't even say.
I was like,
Because her
can get
name's
it.
Moaning, bro?
I don't know. Like
Oh,
as a kid, I remember
God.
thinking she could get it.
She's a ghost, bro.
Okay, so I guess she couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a whole bunch of other characters I'm not even familiar with. Oh, another one's from Game of Thrones. The Targaryen brother, Crownful King.
Yes, that guy was a fuckhead. I didn't watch much of that, but I watched that much. The one where he gets spoiler. The one where he gets fucking smelted with gold.
I loved it.
God, that
not
was
only the
awesome,
fact that he
bro.
died, but the way he died.
Yeah.
Crownful King.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's such a great.
Well, they weren't even related, right? Like that was the thing.
Yeah, well, it was his sister was, the blonde queen.
Oh God. The one,
Targaryen.
the Queen of Dragons, whatever her
Yeah.
name is. Targaryen.
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi. Yep.
Khaleesi. Andrea from The Walking Dead is number 20.
I don't know who that is.
She's fucking annoying.
Is that the black chick?
No, she's the blonde.
The Asian?
The blonde one. Kind of hot, but super annoying.
I don't know. I don't think I got that far.
Oh. Yeah. She's subtle. At first it's not bad, but then she just kind of picks all the wrong sides. Hannah Montana. Lori from Walking Dead. She's kind of...
She is annoying as hell, dude. Because she's like, pick a side.
Yeah.
Come on, pick a side. Like, I know that your man died, quote unquote. Not really. But he came back, though. Pick a side.
Here's another good one. If you've ever watched The Sopranos.
Only parts of it.
So I wouldn't recognize the name, but if you put the face up on the podcast, they'll see Janice Soprano. She's like a sister or something.
Bro.
I remember being so annoyed with her.
Janice from Seinfeld could fucking get these hands. Or wait, no, Janice from not Seinfeld, Friends. Do you remember Janice? She like dated oh my god, what is his name? I can't think of his name. Chandler Bing on there. Her voice was terrible. I believe she was on Seinfeld too. Her voice was terrible.
Is it like Candace?
Nope. Wasn't like that.
Because the obvious fact that Epstein didn't kill himself. So
Yeah.
And we're back.
So you said Janice was on the list too?
Yeah, so I kept scrolling through there, and I didn't recognize her name, but then as soon as I saw her face, I was like, oh, that's the one that goes, yeah. She laughed like
She's
she
got
was
the
referencing.
terrible laugh, dude.
Yeah. And then there was more. Oh, yeah. This is great. I think Keaton's going to appreciate this one. Sakura from Naruto.
Oh, dude, I hate her.
That was you?
Yeah, because I've talked about it like on the first I think it was the first episode. I was like, oh yeah, Sakura.
Yeah. She's
Sakura
number 51.
She can Sakura on these nuts, bro. She sucks, bro. She's so annoying. I didn't even realize that was a thing that people didn't like. She's so bad, bro.
Yeah. She is pretty annoying. She's like, oh, nobody accepts me.
Yeah.
I need to prove myself. I mean, so does Naruto, but he fucking just works for it. She just whines and bitches and complains the whole time.
I mean, I haven't seen the whole series, obviously, but
I haven't either.
I tried to watch it, and the first thing I noticed was how fucking annoying she was.
Yeah, well, she's really annoying in the beginning.
Yeah.
She's just obsessed. Yeah, she gets a little bit better, but in the beginning, she's just obsessed with Sasuke the whole time. Sasuke!
You know who's, like, probably not on a lot of people's list, but it's on my list?
Who?
You seen Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Rachel, bro. So damn annoying.
Talking about Batman's girlfriend?
Batman's girlfriend, a.k.a. fucking, what's his name? Two-Face's girlfriend at the same time. Like I said before, pick a side.
Yeah, causing all this drama.
Side. You're causing all this drama. She's the whole reason that Two-Face was created. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was the Joker. Let's be real. It was the Joker. But if she had just chose a side,
yeah, if it wasn't for her, then it wouldn't have.
Then it wouldn't have even happened.
She created the circumstances that
for sure
ended up doing that.
But I mean, it wasn't her fault. But also, you're annoying. I wouldn't two-piece her, but I would give her a stern talking to, bro. Like, pick a side.
This is an interesting topic of conversation. I didn't expect it to be this great, but it really is. I'm trying to think of other characters because there's got to be. I was just thinking of one. Man, there's got to be several. Definitely that the First Lady from 24. I'm trying to think. There's plenty of other shows.
I mean, every show's got to have one annoying.
There's another one. I think it's also from Sopranos. It's not the one I said before, the sister or whatever from Sopranos, but I think it's like his mother or someone who's like on her deathbed or something.
I couldn't tell you. I've not seen it, so.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to look this up. Hold on.
Oh, dude, you know who could get the 1-2 punch?
Who?
Captain Marvel. Bro, she fucking sucks.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Have you seen any of the most recent like Marvel Avengers movies?
Not a whole lot of them. I don't really remember much.
She shouldn't have even been there, bro. She sucks.
Captain Marvel, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a chick, and she just sucks.
Livia Soprano. I think it's the mother. She's actually worse than the other one I said earlier. Livia Soprano. I think she is Tony's mother. And she's just a conniving bitch the whole time.
Yeah, you know who else can get my hands? You know who else can get these
She's probably number 2 on my list, honestly. Who?
Fucking Olive Oil. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Olive Oil is.
She can get these fucking hands, bro. Fuck Olive Oil. Fuck, what's the other guy's name?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I know there's Popeye and Olive Oil. I don't really remember.
Olive Oil, and then there's the other dude that's always chasing after Olive Oil. Olive Oil and that dude can get the hands. Fucking Princess Peach can get these hands too. You ain't leaving the castle that many times on accident, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting
She's
taken that many times.
Yeah, she's
like,
sneaking out to Bowser's place on the
let's
side.
be real. Let's have a real conversation. Like, you think Bowser had a child for no reason? Like, Bowser Jr.? Who do you think Bowser Jr.'s mother is, bro? That's what I'm saying. Like...
Let's see. Holy shit.
Any chick in any James Bond movie always ends up getting him in trouble or they die. Which, R.I.P. But they deserve the hands, is what I'm saying, too. They should just bash women at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, though. Princess Peach, you damn lie. You don't just get taken out of the castle like that many times.
Yeah.
Like, at a certain point, you're just like, okay, Bowser. And you just go with him. Luigi just sitting there thinking, like, my brother just doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean? He's, like, probably sitting there talking to, like, the little Koopa Troopers, like...
What the fuck is this guy doing?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to smush your head, but, like, my brother needs to find his girlfriend.
What about the fact that Princess Zelda was, I believe, like, Zelda came out, like, shortly after Mario, I think. Like, in the 80s.
Well, she's been kidnapped 1,000 times, too.
Right, but I'm like, didn't they just steal the idea from Mario?
They may have stole the premise, but at the very least, they have...
I mean, yeah, it's...
a good story behind it.
Better story behind it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mario's is just a simple, jump, duck, and move.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, not even just that, but like the the storyline
right.
behind it. Yeah, it's better.
I think Mario was meant to just be more cheeky, and you're not really supposed to. Yeah. There's not supposed to be a lot of lore.
Yeah.
Whereas Zelda, there's like they invested in a backstory that you're supposed to be invested in.
I think like the first 3 popular Mario games, like Mario or like Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3. I think they were like mainly just like. We just need a premise to show this fire-ass game.
Right. Well, I think the first one, I think it was before Super Mario Brothers. It was just Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
And Mario wasn't wearing red. He was wearing blue.
Yeah, I don't think there was... Yes. And it
was
wasn't
an arcade.
Like... Yeah, it was an arcade thing, and they would go left and right, and then they would like pick up the POW and drop it, and then jump on the mushroom, but you didn't progress through a mission. I don't believe.
I don't think he did. Oh man,
I think it was more or less like OG Donkey Kong type shit.
Yeah, it was Mario and Luigi were blue and green, and I think it was just Mario Brothers, and then Super Mario Brothers they changed the color.
I don't even know if Peach was involved in that game. I mean, I don't think she was.
I think it was just 2 Italian plumbers.
Yeah, they were like in the sewers, just wrecking. Wild
it was
mushrooms.
as simple as Donkey Kong, yeah. And then it just kind of, they invested more into it.
Dude, speaking of old games, I've been balls deep in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, not to go too far deep into that, I heard something the other day that blew my mind that I didn't know about it. Because I was going so far deep into it, I looked at some YouTube videos. Do you know that there were 3 main... creators of that game? One of them was the creator of Final Fantasy.
Oh shit.
Dragon Quest, which is another game that's similar to Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
That's the same person who created that.
Dragon Quest, and then the third one was the creative director of Dragon Ball.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And that's why when you look at it and you look at them, they have their hair looks all spiky and shit. I didn't realize that until I looked at that video, and I was like, I looked back at the game, I was like, holy shit, this is like Dragon Ball Z.
That's interesting.
Yeah. The game is fire. The game is fire.
And that dude's career was successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that he made Final Fantasy because he was going out of business. Because he made all these games that were failing, and so he made it was going to be his last video game, was Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too.
And then it just blew up, and so he made fucking 6,000.
But I mean, Final Fantasy came out when Final Fantasy, the original one, came out when Super Nintendo came out, though. So Final Fantasy VII came out way later. Like way later.
Yeah.
Way too big.
Way too big. Start doing inside jokes on the podcast.
Yeah, way too big.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm
But yeah,
curious.
I didn't realize that it was, first off, the fact that Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, that's a playmaker and a half. But the fact that they
So it actually wasn't Super Nintendo, it was the original Nintendo, the
Right.
NES. In
for Final
1980s.
Fantasy,
Yeah, first Final Fantasy came out for the NES in 1987.
1987. That's a long time ago. I think,
Yeah.
or Chrono Trigger came out in like 1995. What's crazy to me is that the OG Final Fantasy came out, the OG Dragon Quest games came out, and Dragon Ball had already came out for a while. And then, so Chrono Trigger came out in 95, and then like Final Fantasy VII came out in like what, 2001?
Something like that.
Like
I remember 7 was the one that
Final
really
Fantasy
made it
VII
successful.
was on the
It was PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1.
And that's the
So-
one that blew up and everybody loved it.
Well, so I guess that wasn't 2001 because I think 2001 was when PlayStation 2 came out. So it must have been in that same time frame when they made Chrono Trigger. They made Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy 7, 97.
97. So that was 2 years after Chrono Trigger. So they spent, I think, yeah. That's wild though. It's supposedly one of the best RPGs ever made, is what people say online.
Chrono
they
Trigger?
they tout it to be. Like I said, I've been balls deep on it. I've been telling you about it. It's a good game. I had always heard people talk about it. I'd
Probably not
always
as good
heard
as
about.
Ocarina of Time, but
It's a different type of game though.
that's true.
But Ocarina of Time, is that an RPG? I mean, not really.
Yeah, it is. It's like the closest thing. Like when I think of RPGs, that's the first thing I think of.
When I think of RPGs, first thing I think of, Fable.
Yeah,
Fable is so good.
Fable.
I know
is
a lot
good.
of people. A lot of people don't like Fable. Do you know that?
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, well, because they say it's like rudimentary and blah blah blah. I'm like,
They're
okay,
rudimentary.
yeah, you're rudimentary. Like you weren't there when in 2005 with me with my Xbox.
Yeah.
Bitch. Like,
Fable 1 and Fable 2 were both great.
yeah,
Fable 3 was great too. But I think
it
2 was probably
okay.
the best.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's as good, but I think
It wasn't great.
for the longest time I was saying 1 was the best, and you've been saying 2 is the best. I'm starting to think you're
2's
right.
the best,
I think
bro.
2 might be the best, but 1 was still like it's up there.
One.
It was just simpler than 2 and didn't have
One
as
was
much, but 2
good. One was better for the times. I feel like,
yeah.
But
I
then
think,
2
I think
came
1
out.
was great, and then 2
2 came
was,
out and then refined it
like,
a little bit more.
amazing.
Yeah. It just more or less refined it a little
I
bit
think
more.
I think 1 was better than 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 1 and 2 are better than 3.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with a new Fable.
Yeah, and I can't wait.
Yeah. Me too.
You said so it's coming out in like the new systems that I don't have, but it's coming out on PC as well.
Yeah. So it's a Microsoft game, so it'll be on PC.
Cool.
So.
Oh, I'll get it on the PC then.
Well, it should be on Game Pass because Game Pass does all the Microsoft games. So if you have Game Pass for the PC, you should be able to just download it on day one and play it.
I'll do that.
I mean, I'm going to be there.
I'm still annoyed that the only reason I have an Xbox One is to play Halo 3 on the Master Chief Collection.
Well,
And
you can do that on your computer, though. I mean, you had to buy it. But actually, you don't have to buy it. If you just get the game,
Yeah.
if you get Game Pass, you can just fucking download it and play it.
That's true. I might do that and just sell my Xbox One. I never play my Xbox
I
One.
mean, there's no reason for you to have it at this point, really.
Yeah,
Just keep the controllers. Just use it on your PC. It's the same thing.
I'm probably going to do that because the only Xbox I'll have then is the actual Xbox One, the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Because my
OG
collection. Yeah,
Xbox.
because y'all saw the picture in one of our previous podcasts, but now I got an actual original Xbox. I'm expanding on my collection.
Yeah.
Probably never going to turn it on.
We
Just-
got to play Halo 2, though.
Yeah.
You need to get Halo 2.
Halo. Yeah, I need to get Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Get some damn controllers for that thing.
Actually, I think it came with a controller.
Oh, well, get 2 of them so we can play.
Yeah, I'll get a second one. Back when they actually came out with co-op games.
Yeah. Well, I just meant like versus because I'll snipe your bitch ass.
You. I used to be good at that, but I'll probably lose.
Dude, me and my cousins used to play that shit all the time.
Yeah. Oh man, memories.
My cousins.
I used to play that with my brother back when we played video games together.
Yeah.
That was like one of the few games we actually played together.
That's the way I got into video games was with my cousins because they used to be hardcore into video games back in the day.
And Halo really got
to play with them
before the age of Call of Duty and everything. Halo was the shit.
We would play Halo and we would play Call of Duty, like split screen versus all the time.
Yeah, I just never really got too into the more realistic like Call of Duty and Battlefield, but Halo, I loved Halo 1 and Halo 3. A lot of people say Halo 2 is one of the best.
It is one of the best.
I like it.
It is one of the best. It's not better than Halo 3. I'd say Halo 3.
Halo 3 is the best.
It's hard to.
Halo 3 is the best for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Halo 1 is the best for campaign, but I think that's just for sentimental reasons. Nostalgia and everything for me, but
I don't really rank them.
Halo 2 campaign was good too.
I don't rank them on their campaign. I rank them on their multiplayer.
Then yeah, Halo 3 definitely multiplayer for
honestly for me right now, it's Halo 3. And honestly, it's a toss up between Reach and Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's good.
I think Reach was the last good Halo in my opinion.
You don't like the new Halo?
It's a different kind of game.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it.
It's like a lot faster paced, like running around.
I don't regret buying it. Like I'll play it and enjoy it, but I don't like to compare it to the.
Well, you didn't buy it. You don't have to buy it. It's free.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't regret downloading
it. Right. I just don't want to compare it to the other ones, and I don't think it can hold its own. But again, I don't think it's fair to even compare them because it's so different.
Yeah.
They're not really meant to be similar, but I definitely think Halo 3 is significantly better than any other Halo.
The Master Chief Collection,
multiplayer wise.
Right now, I've got both of them. I got the Master Chief and Halo Infinite.
Yeah, me too.
Master Chief's still better because it's the old games, you know.
Yeah,
but the Infinite's still good though.
Yeah, I mean it's worth playing.
I'm upset that Splitgate has died.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
People still play it though. We can still play it. It's a good game.
Yeah, Splitgate. I think just not enough people knew about it.
I think it was one of those things where a lot of people got into it and then it just died.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's it. It was like Halo 3, but with portals. It was a good game. That's what it was. It was a good game.
Maybe they'll try again. Maybe they'll make a new one and like advertise.
Well, they're still working on it. So the game has.
It was a beta.
Exactly. It was a beta, so it hasn't quote unquote released yet. So hopefully, when it releases, apparently they're trying to like sell the game to a big publisher. That way, they get more people on board and like more advertising.
That works.
Yeah, I mean, I would play it.
I hope it does well, and I hope it comes out for a system that I have.
Yeah,
I don't really have modern.
Well, you got a computer, so you can play it.
I hope it comes out for the PC and then. Well,
it's definitely going to be on PC because I think for the most part, actually, I think it was console and PC when it came out on beta.
Okay. It was like Xbox and PC.
I think that's what it was. It was Xbox and PC.
I need to hook my PC up to my actual TV for games like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get it.
We'll have to talk about it and shit. Because like with the TV versus your monitor, one gets more frames versus the other. One's way harder to play on.
Maybe if I get like a really long HDMI that I just don't leave plugged in or anything. It's whenever I want to play one of those games, I just plug it into my PC and then play it on the TV or something.
Well, the thing is not about the distance. It's more or less like, so your monitor screen's going to have a certain amount of hertz, which essentially means like how many frames per second. So like your monitor, I think runs like, I don't even know what it is, but let's just say like mine does 144 hertz, right? Goes up to 160 hertz, which is 160 frames per second. But if you put it on your TV, it may only be 30. It may only be 40. So what that means is when you play, it's just gonna look choppy, right?
I just feel weird playing console-style games
On a small screen.
Yeah.
No, I that's the way I was too when I first started, but you get used to it, and honestly, once you play quite a bit, like, it's way better, dude. Just because, like, it's not just because like it's choppy. It's more or less like you get more response, and when you like, so let's say if it's me versus you, and you're playing on your TV, and I'm playing, and your TV's only doing, let's say, like 60 hertz, and my monitor is doing 160 hertz. I may see something that you don't see, so I can react faster. So at that point, if you use a big TV, you're at a disadvantage because you're not seeing as much because you're only seeing a certain amount of frames. If that makes any sense.
Fair enough.
So you're seeing.
I just don't know.
So
much
if you're
about
doing
that kind of
60, if you're doing 60 and I'm doing 160, you're literally doing 100 frames less. So that's like the math, whatever. But you're doing a certain percentage less. You're seeing that percent less, right?
Yeah, I got you.
So you're not going to be able to react as much. Granted, I love playing the old games and shit on the old TVs, and they only do like 30 fucking frames a second.
But it's not competitive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what it boils down to.
Fair enough.
But that new Halo's coming. That new Halo that came out, it's supposed to be like what, the next month is going to be doing that co-op.
Wait, there's a new Halo coming out in the next month?
No. The new Halo that came out is going to be releasing their co-op.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So we're about to be on there, bro.
I'll check it out, man.
Because I haven't played the.
Well, we mentioned in one of our previous podcasts, probably I think it was the one with just two of us, that we had gone hunting that day for Wind Waker.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just ordered it online and I got it.
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to play some Wind Waker. Because I never beat that one. I just kind of.
We still yet to play it though.
What?
We still haven't played it yet though.
Yeah. Maybe after we're done recording today, we'll get some time in or something.
Have you played it much?
I pretty much started. I pretty much did the tutorial.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I should wait for Elijah for that.
Sure. I played a little bit. I did the same exact thing on mine too. So. You had some more questions that you were.
Not a whole lot. Oh yeah, well this one off the top of my head. It's another one of the would you rathers. If you had to choose between the two, between fighting a chimpanzee with a sword,
an orangutan.
Do what?
An orangutan.
Yeah, sorry, this one. An orangutan, whatever, once a year with a sword, or a regular chicken every time you get in your car.
It's easy for me, bro. It's
Which
easy
one?
for me. Chicken every day.
Well, yeah, because the chicken's not going to kill you, but that would get really, annoying. And after a while,
fresh chicken every day, bro. You think I'm gonna sit there, bro? I'm a farm boy, bro. You telling me I got a free chicken every day, bro? That's free meat all year long.
I was thinking more of the annoyance of
I'm grabbing it by the neck
with your groceries.
Dude, I'm grabbing it by the neck. I'm doing a hula hoop on that bitch. I'm killing it every single day. I'm putting it in the bag, throwing it in the freezer. We're going to pluck it later. I got free chicken all year long.
I didn't even think about that. Okay, so
orangutan.
For the sake of argument, once you kill the chicken, it disappears.
Still chicken.
Okay. See, I think...
Because what's this going to do? Just peck on you?
So the thing is, like, an orangutan with a sword eventually could kill you, especially if he gets the drop on you once a year. You don't know when it's going to happen.
It's convenience, though.
But yeah, like, after about 60 times fighting a fucking chicken going to my car after getting groceries, it's going to be real annoying. You're going to start thinking, what if I just fought off an orangutan? Then I got the whole year.
Do I have a gun?
You're probably... Well,
do I have a gun?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you're probably right, because the orangutan eventually could actually kill you, and the chicken, you're not going to have to really... It's just annoying.
If I've got a gun...
It's like danger versus annoyance.
Do you know when it's going to find you? Because, like, if I'm, like, at work and I'm like in a parking lot, I'm not really gonna be prone to just popping off. You know what I mean? Like at work, like I got a gun, bah! You know?
Oh, is that orangutan again? Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So-
then what kind of sword is it? Is it a valuable, like, authentic katana you can sell to some weeb online for $1,000? That's once a year you
I
get.
figured he was dual handed, like a broadsword. Like, nigga.
Maybe. I don't know.
I still pick chicken.
We'll assume whatever it is disappears, so you can't get the chicken or the sword afterwards. I for the longest time was thinking orangutan. I might pick chicken.
Why?
Pick that bitch.
But why though?
What?
Why would you pick orangutan?
Just because it's once a year, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year.
It'd be something to look forward to, honestly.
What'd you do today? Oh, I fought an orangutan with a sword.
Dude, if I knew I had to fight one, like,
Start training.
I'd be
Instead
training.
of carrying a gun on you, start carrying a sword on you and training, like going to fencing classes and all this, and just waiting. Then someday you're going to work or something, and a fucking orangutan attacks. You're like, this is it. There's a sword
Once
fight
a
on the
year.
freeway.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I still think it'd be chicken, bro. I mean, it's like once a day for the chicken?
Every time you get in your car.
Oh, so it's more than once a day.
Anytime you get in your car.
I still think I would take the chicken. Because the orangutan could kill you.
I mean, chicken would be easy.
It would be easy. Eventually,
Yeah, but think about how many times
dude,
you get into your car every day, though.
a lot. I do get into my car a lot. But the thing is, though, is that you would get very good at just murking chickens, bro.
That's true.
You would just like, it would be like seconds. You probably wouldn't even think about it at that point. It'd be like putting the key in the ignition.
Yeah.
He'd be like, instead of putting my key in the ignition, I'm grabbing the neck and ka-cha.
Dude, I would just keep like a medieval mace in my car. Every time I get in my car, I just reach in.
Dude, yeah, one hammer is all you need. Fucking
Yeah.
dink. Like, that's all you would need. So, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, that would
Actually,
be
I'm gonna
so
switch my
inconvenient.
Yeah, it'd be so inconvenient. Yeah, it might be kind of actually fun at first, or entertaining.
Okay, psycho.
Didn't mean to make it sound that way, but you're right. It would get very annoying.
But you would get used to it pretty easily, and it's not like your life is never in danger. Your life is always in danger with an orangutan with a sword.
Yeah, as opposed to the chickens, just get old.
I mean, because like there's no stipulation of when it's gonna attack you.
Right.
You could be asleep, bro.
It's not on the same time every year. It's just
No.
like
It's not like you're
New
hopping
Year
in your
happened
car
at
and
any
then
point.
you see it. It's not like when you're hopping in your car you see it. It's
Right.
not like once on this date you see it. It's like you could literally be asleep and just get fucking sliced.
I was about to say I'm gonna add, just for the sake of argument, that you have to be awake
You have
for
to be
it.
awake.
Just because, like, okay, motherfucker, you
Yeah,
can be
you could be
asleep and he just
sliced by-
stabs
yeah.
you, you know. That kind of destroys the argument, but assuming you're conscious, but not necessarily looking.
God, imagine if you're like waking up, you're hungover.
You're
You're waking up after a long weekend. You're waking up, you're walking to the bathroom, taking a piss.
Yeah.
You look over in the doorway, there's just a orangutan with the fucking sword.
What if you're in the middle of having sex?
Oh, dude.
You're just humping.
Ugh.
You hear the door open. You turn around.
You turn around, it's just standing there
You're
with
just
a
naked.
sword.
You're standing there with an erection. Just
You're in a world of hurt if that happens, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause what can you even do?
then you got a blade swinging around.
And he's way stronger than you are. Way stronger than you are. Like, they don't even need the sword at that point, really. They're gonna overpower you every time. You better hope you have a gun.
Another aspect, though, an orangutan with a sword once a year. You'd probably sound like a schizophrenic person, but I'd walk down the street with like a bow and arrow. And it's a topic of conversation.
A bow and arrow?
Why do you have a bow and arrow?
Why would you have a
Because
bow
I
and
am
arrow?
attacked once a year by an orangutan with a sword.
But of all things, a bow and arrow. Why would you not just have a gun?
Because an orangutan with a sword is already ridiculous.
Why wouldn't you just have a gun?
Because that's not interesting. It's not fun.
I mean,
I'm gonna fight an orangutan with a
finding an
bow and arrow.
orangutan once a year is probably not fun if you're like waking up and you just see him like standing there hulked out in your doorway.
I don't know why.
I'm choosing chicken, bro.
Yeah, probably me too. At first, it was orangutan, but I'll probably change it to.
Yeah, because it sounds more convenient, but is it really? No, it's not. It's like that's like saying like, would you fight a fucking gigantic muscular person with a sword once a year or a chicken every day?
Yeah. I'd probably be walking a lot of places though. Well,
I wouldn't. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Chickens can fucking get these hands.
It's
too.
still more convenient than walking.
Yeah, it's way more convenient, dude. Bro, I will fucking grab the chicken by the neck, put it out the window, put this bitch in reverse, fucking put it in drive, whip its head, and drop it out the window and keep driving. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. It'd just be really like the
More or
sheer
less,
number of times you get in.
I would just be more pissed off of how whenever I snap its neck of when it shits in my car. That's what I'd be pissed off about. And the feathers, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like,
it smell like chicken. Your car would perpetually smell like chicken.
Dude, you would fucking reek, bro. You would reek like chicken all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You'd carry like spray in your car.
I would just tell that I live on a farm. Like, I got chickens. Like, what can you say?
Go on a date.
What can you say?
Dude, what if you try to pick a girl up or something? Then you're coming back from the date. Just want to give you a warning. A chicken's going to appear out of thin air and attack
you. She would think you are a psychopath. Because they're not going to believe you. They're not going to be like, oh, there's one that just popped up. They're going to think like, this dude just picked me up with a chicken in his car and killed it. You know?
And then I was thinking, you could say you're a magician. She'd find you interesting. Look, I can make a chicken appear. Ka-cha. But then, how do you explain the fact that you just snapped its neck?
Yeah.
Then she's going to think you went to the store and bought a chicken, or you live in a farm, you brought a chicken, and just slaughtered it in front of her thinking that was a flex.
Yeah, nobody's going to believe you.
Yeah.
They're just going to be like, you just brought a chicken to kill it in front of me? You fucking psycho. Dude, you would scare so many people off.
True.
Like, you would only hit... Dude,
an orangutan with a sword.
How many people could you actually convince that was real? You know? Like, you might be able to convince, like, your boys.
Yeah, it'd have to be...
Maybe one of your boys.
It'd probably have to be a repetitive thing to where they literally see it, like...
just appear
out of thin air.
But if you went on a date, bro, it'd be over with. They would just
like a first date, they'd be like,
dude, even if it did appear in front of them, they would be like, whoa, what? Like, did he make that happen?
Yeah. I'm really into killing chickens.
Dude, I'm really into kicking chickens on fucking Fable. We're kicking chickens all the time.
I forgot about that. What about Zelda, bro? Every time you attack a chicken on Zelda repetitively, they all attack you. Like, they fly out of the skies and shit.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, if you just swing your sword and attack a chicken over and over again, and it's like, and then eventually they all fly in and attack you until you run indoors. I thought it was like just one of the older games that it did that, but it literally does that on try it. Any Zelda. For the NES, the Super Nintendo, N64,
NES,
the Switch.
We'll try it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. For Super Nintendo?
Yeah. Super Nintendo, you can do that. You play Breath of the Wild on the Switch, you can do that. And the same results. It's just a thing they do. The attack of the chickens. And they just keep coming until you go inside a house. Then you leave and they're all magically gone. Yeah, I mean, we'll test it after this.
Well, I'm still picking chicken, even though people would think I was a psycho. But you would be such a legend if you killed an orangutan.
With a sword.
If it had a sword, he'd be such a legend.
I keep going back and forth, honestly.
No, I don't. I still stand by it. Even if I seemed like a psychopath and had to kill a chicken every day.
I'd probably go with chicken, but I'd be tempted to pick orangutan.
Well, I mean, how are you going to kill an orangutan, though? Hand to hand. If you're fucking hopping out the shower, how are you going to kill it?
That's true.
You're not. You're done for.
Can't carry around
You just
mace
can't. You just can't.
Everywhere. Yeah. I'll have to resort to chicken.
Have to. All right, man. So I know we were talking about some funny shit, but So I had a question for you, and it's a semi-serious question. So if you had 1 year left to live, honestly, how do you think that you would live your life? For me, personally, I think for the first couple months, I would probably live it like a fucking gangster. Like, I would probably be in denial, if we're being real, and then just be out here fucking spending money like crazy, and then just no regrets, no remorse, nothing. That's at least for the first 3 months. And then after that, I'd probably like look forward towards the future, more or less like my whole family and like what could be done for them, you know? Which in reality, I probably would think about that at first too.
Fuck, I might go to Ukraine.
Go to Ukraine?
Yeah.
Just fucking...
What do I have to lose? Yeah, just run straight in.
Yeah. No, I don't think I would do that. I think if I only had 1 year... Actually, you know what I would do? For sure. If I had 1 year left to live and my insurance company didn't know about it, nobody knew about it, I would tell my family, hey, I only have 1 year left to live, and then we would go on a fucking full-ass trip around the world. And I would just rack up debt. Because I don't think that, I mean, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure nobody has to pay your debt after you die. So I'd be out here like just racking that shit up. I'd be trying to get as much credit as I could.
That's a good point, because then you could like see the world before you die.
Yeah. And then, not only that, you could bring people with you, bring your family with you, bring your friends with you. You could all have great experiences. And then, you know, at a certain point you would die. But, like, still, though, like, what are they going to do? Who are they going to ask for that money? They may ask for your family, but, like, what can they say? Like, that wasn't me.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking genius.
That's the way I would do it, though. I mean, what do you think? I mean...
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. In fact, I'd change my answer.
Where would the first place you would go to though?
You're gonna judge me, but Japan.
Japan, I figured.
Absolutely, Japan for sure.
Italy.
I'd go to. I've been to Italy.
Yeah,
twice.
I'd like to go to. I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast. I would love to go to like Egypt in the Middle East.
Egypt.
I would love that, dude.
I've never seen
Israel.
Pyramids.
I've never been to Israel.
I've been to Israel twice.
Yeah. I'd love to go twice. You son of a beach.
You son of a beach.
I would love to go to Israel, man. I would love to go to Egypt. I would love to see the pyramids.
Yeah, Egypt.
I would probably go to Mexico. I would honestly, if I had to make a list, I would try to see like all 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Petra. I've seen Petra, and that place is pretty.
I don't even know what that is. What is that? Because I want to go see it.
Okay, you know, you know the Indiana Jones where they found the Holy Grail? The building carved in the side of the mountain?
Yeah.
That's a real place. And
I didn't know that.
It's called Petra, but it's also in a, I guess you could call it town of Petra, where all the buildings, it's not the only one. There's buildings, it's just the largest building carved in stone. And I guess there are theories or historians say that people who lived there in like prehistoric eras, or I sound like an idiot. Whenever they lived there, carved it out of stone, and they were like, essentially lived in caves, but they were like, they made them fancy.
Fancy caves.
Yeah, it's in Jordan, in the town of Petra.
Oh, it's in Jordan?
Yeah, it's in Jordan. It's in the Middle East.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, I would definitely, for
amazing.
sure, see. I only have a year, right? So, like, I would for sure see the pyramids. I'd go to Israel. I would probably go to France. I would go to Mexico to see the Aztec pyramids. I would go to Japan. Let's see. I'd probably just go to Australia just to say I did, you know, and survived.
And survived.
Because, like, you know, people out there dropping like flies because you know how it is out there.
Yeah.
Let's see where else I would go to. There's the main places. I mean, of course, I'd probably go to Africa. I wouldn't mind going to South Africa, even though I know that's not like real Africa. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I would definitely like to go to like the Democratic Republic of the Congo. You know,
cool, yeah.
I'd like to see the Sahara Desert. Dude, Morocco would probably be lit too.
Yeah, my top 2 places used to be Japan and Russia. Maybe not Russia right now.
Maybe not right now.
But India would be cool. I think India and Japan are my top 2.
Well,
I think I would spend most of my time going to different parts of Japan.
I've
Like,
got friends in India, and one of my buddies wants me to come out there. And I really want to go see him. I mean, it would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think Rose and I are, my girlfriend and I, are planning on going to Denmark, like this year, because her sister lives there.
Well, I'd like to go there.
So that'd be cool. But
we'll see how Russia goes.
yeah.
If they start going west, then maybe not this year.
Denmark seems like a kind of a random place for them to.
I mean, it's still fairly close, though.
Yeah.
Ukraine seemed like a random place, too.
Not to Russia.
Yeah, maybe not to Russia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to go to a lot of places. Before all this shit was going on, for sure Europe. I mean, Germany would have been awesome. I mean, still would be awesome. See how it goes. But Germany, Italy, France, UK, Spain, Portugal, Morocco, pretty much anywhere in the Sahara Desert, Egypt specifically.
Egypt would be cool, yeah.
Those are like my main ones. And then, like, of course, you know, Japan, South Korea, Seoul would be
Korea,
awesome,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Seoul would be awesome.
I gotta add that to my list for sure.
Yeah.
Japan, Seoul would probably be number 2.
I had a buddy of mine who was stationed there
Then
in
India.
Seoul. I had a buddy of
Then
mine that
Egypt.
was stationed in Seoul, and he's not said anything bad about it. He said it's awesome.
Oh yeah, I've
So-
heard similar things. I dated a Korean for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
She was saying that someday we should go to Korea together, and every time she said that, she'd be like, "You'd be the tallest one there."
Yeah. Well, I know that people say that Thailand is awesome too.
Yeah, I bet their local food is amazing in Thailand.
Yeah. You know where I haven't been? I
Red
haven't
light district though.
Yeah, that red light district, bro.
No, I bet the food is great though.
Yeah, I've heard. You know where I haven't been is a lot of like tropical places. Like I would love to go to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii.
Yeah, me neither.
I've never
Hawaii
been
would
to
be
Hawaii,
cool to-
but like places like Fiji or any
Peru.
of those like. I mean, it's not very.
It's more of a like foresty
Yeah,
and jungly,
yeah.
but
I would go to Peru.
the llamas.
I've been to Nicaragua. Nicaragua.
Guatemala. Oh no, what am I thinking of? Honduras?
Honduras.
I had a friend who's from Honduras.
My dad used to work in Honduras all the time. He liked it a lot.
There's a guy who I see at work all the time. He always says hi to me, and I've seen him like 3 times now, who is a retired police officer from Honduras. I don't know much about Honduras police officers, but it just makes me kind of wonder, like, what
What do you do?
did you,
Yeah.
what did your
It's
job
gotta be
entail
some
there?
pretty wild stories, honestly.
Probably. I don't really know the guy. I don't know his character or anything.
Yeah.
Just makes me wonder.
No, I'm sure he was just trying to be a cop.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, obviously, like, if you're any place that the police force or government's like not super strong or stable, like,
Probably not a whole lot
there's
of
gonna
checks
be-
and balances there,
yeah, there's gonna be some sketchy shit going on. Maybe not even on his part, but just in general. Yeah.
Right. Right. I mean, even if he was an upstanding guy
Yeah,
who just
that's
wanted
what
to
I'm
help
saying,
people,
yeah.
he was probably in the presence of people who
Some
were,
sketchy shit.
yeah.
Some corrupt shit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being ignorant right now because Honduras, me could be totally wrong. I've never been there. I don't really know anything about there, except I think someone said they have monkeys.
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody.
There's a lot of monkeys in South America in general, but probably in Honduras. We probably sound stupid, but
Yeah, because I think my buddy from Honduras, not the guy I was talking about, but the other one I knew really well
Right.
from Honduras, said he went back to help build monkey sanctuaries, and that just seems like one of the most random.
how do you
things.
make money doing that though?
Oh, I think it might have been a volunteer. I don't know. Could have
Oh,
been. It was like right after we got out of the Marine Corps, so we had
How do
a
you
large
just
sum
like?
of money.
I mean, God bless them, but how do you just see a bunch of monkeys and be like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate my life to that and not get.
I mean,
paid.
he only spent like a month or 2 there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like 2 things. One, that seems like the most random thing ever, and 2,
Yeah.
that seems like something he would do. Something so random and just
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous sounding. But I mean, beneficial. Just like, going to Honduras to make Monkey
Yeah, but
sanctuary
not
is
to
okay.
people though.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be at a certain point, but I don't know.
I mean, that sounds like fun.
Oh, it sounds like fun. Doesn't sound like much money. I'll be honest.
Well, again, it's like volunteer work probably. Because I mean, like I went to Haiti. I didn't make any money from that, but it was fun.
Yeah, but
And
you're also helping people.
one, helping real people,
Yeah.
and two, essentially, it was like a free. Like it wasn't a vacation because it helped like build playgrounds and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But a part of it felt like it was kind of like a free vacation because like I'd never been to Haiti before. I didn't have to pay a dime to go there. You just, went through my family's church and they were building up, plans for months. And I was like, and I just went one day and they're like, yeah, we're still planning on going to Haiti at this time. If anybody's interested. I'm like,
Yeah, that's pretty similar to what we did in Nicaragua too. We just went down there, helped build stuff,
yeah.
handed out food, teach people about Jesus. But yeah. So you had another question though about VR.
Oh, yeah.
So what was your question about that?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a question. It was just things to think about in the future, how the VR will end up. Like, how do you think virtual reality will end up being in the future? Like, how far do you think it'll go?
Have you seen VR
Technology and all that.
Have you seen VR lately?
Yeah, it's
Like
nuts.
in modern shit that's going on? Have you seen where there are like virtual worlds where people are buying properties? They're buying them. Yeah, that's a thing now. So there's like the metaverse now. Have you heard of the metaverse? So
Kind of.
So Facebook now supposedly is called Meta.
Yeah,
It's not called Facebook anymore. It's called Meta, whatever. Well, they have the metaverse, and they have these places, and you can walk around, talk, whatever, and there are actual properties, quote unquote properties, in the metaverse, which is virtual reality, that you can buy property to where people can have parties, people can have meetings.
Is the metaverse one program?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I think there are multiple. So just like,
Is it like a game you download for Oculus or some kind of thing?
I believe yes. If you like go into the metaverse, I believe it. I may be wrong, but I believe it is like a specific thing, just like where you get on like VR chat or whatever. So like when you're in VR chat, you're in a specific realm of things, right? And I believe when you go into the metaverse, you're inside of a realm of things. But in the metaverse, there are properties, there are specific places that you can go to, and you can buy the properties. I don't think a bunch of people are doing it, but there are a lot of people that are doing it, and they're buying them because people realize at a certain point, this is going to be valuable, right? So people are essentially like, back in the day when people bought beachfront property in Florida,
Yeah.
and it was super cheap, and then you fast forward 20, 30 years later, and it's worth millions of dollars, people are, at least they are believing that that's what they're doing right now.
It would be like one of the original metaverse properties or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you might be imagine buying a property in Times Square
Yeah.
in 1900, you
Yeah.
know, versus, and then fast forwarding to now. That's what people are doing. So people are actually doing that right now, and they are like investing in the future. It's pretty wild. I really have no idea about it as far as like, I know people are doing it. I don't know how I could do that or how people can actually capitalize off of that. But apparently people are saying, well, Facebook is saying that, let's say in 5 to 10 years, they're saying that most conversations, like meetings that are happening in offices, are going to happen in the metaverse. Which to me, I think is a crock of shit. Because I think everything's going to happen in person still. But it is still something to think about, especially
There's a lot of Zoom meetings now.
especially yes, there are a lot of Zoom meetings, especially if it's a company that has a lot of people that aren't at a physical location, So I could see where something like that could have a lot of potential for people to make money off of, but for me right now, I'm not sure,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody really is.
No, but I mean,
It's fun to think about, like, how far we've come.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I bet in the next 20 years, we're going to have some pretty interesting developments with virtual reality.
Yeah.
I want to say 10 years, but I feel like the past 10 years, virtual reality, yeah, we've come a long way. But other than that, it's like, let's see, so 2012 doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah, but there are certain things.
But I bet 10 years from now, it's going to be still with VR, with so many people investing in it and trying to make it better.
I think, honestly, it's part of the new frontier of people getting into something and making a lot of money out of it, just like how people got a lot of money into Bitcoin, they made a bunch of money. I think it is one of those type of scenarios where you put a lot of money into it, you can make a lot of money out of it, but I think you kind of have to know what you're doing, right? So, like, for me, like, I can sit here and shout, like, yes, you should be investing in this, investing in that, but really, like, first off, it's a gamble, and then second off, like, who knows what's going to pop off?
Yeah.
Like, just like anything else, like, you could have invested in Apple years and years ago, but you never knew. Nobody ever knew that Apple was going to pop off the way that it did.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's out here with an Apple phone, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody knew that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm sure there was people back in the day, they were like, you should invest in this, you should invest in this. Nobody knew there was going to be iPhones.
Yeah, Microsoft was so much more significant.
They
now
were
they're like
way
huge
more
competitive.
Yeah. So I think you were talking about, like, what's the capability in the future. I think that there can be companies that are solely based off of the metaverse.
I mean, they probably already are. I mean, they're mostly virtual reality companies, but I see what you're saying.
I think that there is the potential for there to be a lot, like a major amount of companies that are based off of virtual reality. But right now, I think it's pretty much just a game.
Yeah.
You know, based off of just people just there for entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, that's really all it is for now.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I can't help but get on the virtual reality headset and I even forget how kind of amazing it is every time I leave it until the next time I put it back on. I always forget how crazy amazing it is because it's just my body just forgets that it actually feels like something's in front of me.
Well, the games are awesome.
Yeah, and it's not only games, but it's not like businesses a whole lot yet. But it's like even like they have things where they had like a 360-degree camera go through Tokyo, and they had same thing for the tallest building in the world, Taj Mahal. No, not Taj Mahal. Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa
in Dubai, and like all sorts of stuff. The pyramids, and you can
somewhat experience that, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, I put that on, I think, man, what else is going to come out of this?
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts. Whatever it is. But yeah, like, for the most part, right now, it's just a game.
Yeah, I mean, I think towards in the future, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, of course, I think at a certain point, if we're talking about specifically with entertainment and video games and stuff like that, video games, movies, live events like watching sports. I think that
they already have concerts.
Yes, and I think the more accessible the VR is, just like they did, like what was the new Oculus that they just had, the new one that you just bought?
Oh, the Quest 2.
The Quest 2, right? So that was like $300. If they keep making those and making those and making those, it's obviously going to go down in price more and more and more, and it's going to be more accessible. It's not
going to be
just
like
going to
people
be
having an Xbox, like tons of people have.
Right. So I think it's going to be like a lot of people are going to sit there and they're like, "Did you watch the game last night?" And they're like, "Yeah," but then like instead of saying like I watched the game on TV, they're not even going to mention it, but like they're sitting there and they're watching it like they're sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're looking around while they watch the game because
like right up in the
because they're going to have cameras for the NBA or the NFL that are right there and just looking, right? So I think that is the most nearest future for VR.
Development
is for entertainment, like live entertainment. Now, I think that's why they're trying to make it more and more accessible. You know, because people love watching games, people love watching concerts. You know, and then like once people start getting into these directors and stuff start getting into making like 3D movies, to where you can sit down in a movie and you can turn around and look around and not have to just look at a screen.
Dude, can you imagine horror movies?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
walking through a haunted house right before a ghost jumps out. And I mean, they have games like that, but like an actual Hollywood movie, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, that's considered a game, but like I feel like at a certain point, they're just gonna have, like right now, like we've had for 100 years, where you sit down in a theater and you just watch a screen.
Yeah.
Right? It's not gonna be that anymore. It's gonna be you sit down and you put your headset on and you look around and you're not looking at a screen, you're in the screen.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's the future of VR.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you're right.
So that's the way I think about it, but I mean realistically, and at that point, like, because I know there are a lot of people that are super invested in movies and then like the flat screen type 2D type shit. I mean, that's just the way it's always been. We're talking about commercials, we're talking about social media, all that. Everybody's in 2D because we're looking at our phones, right? But I think eventually, once people start to figure out the technology and figure out how to create their content around that technology, that's when stuff's going to pop off, you know?
Yeah. You'll have movies with ads.
Yeah.
And
well,
you'll be in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, there's going to be ads where you can be in your headset and there's going to be an ad around you, or it's going to be you're looking at a social media post that you posted, that you made, and I'm looking at it and it's all around me.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the future of VR.
Yeah. And then there'll just be like a 3D block that pops up. It's like, try this new Coca-Cola flavor.
Yeah, that, or it even just encompasses your ass, you know? Like, like you just turn around like Coca-Cola, 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 Coca-Cola.
It's like you just had a stroke. Yeah,
it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So I think once the movie scene gets into the 3D movies, that's when everything's going to change.
Yeah.
Because that's the main. So movies and TV shows, Netflix. If Netflix starts a VR thing, it'd be over with. It would be everywhere. You know it would be.
That would be, yeah.
It'd be revolutionary.
The lead entertainment platform, for sure.
And like,
I bet they're going to.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah,
and
more people are gonna have VR headsets.
You know, people are thinking about it too.
Yeah, I mean, they're just waiting a little bit longer because, like you said, they're gonna need to make more models. More people, like the iPhone, like a lot of people.
Well, the technology just isn't there. The cameras aren't. The cameras are there, right? So like,
it's not efficient enough,
and it's super expensive, right? So like, if you have a 3D camera, that's already a thing. People do that. I've seen people on dirt bikes, whatever, like with the GoPros that do 360, and I've seen that in VR. Like, you can sit there and you can turn around, look around. That's cool, but that's like a 10-minute video of a dirt bike, right?
Right.
But if you can make a full-blown movie with that camera that was on a dirt bike, but that's way better, and you can just look around and you say, like, the main character's on your left, and then you look to your right and you see a monster coming, you know, like, that's the next thing.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. I think that's what it's going to be. And I can't wait.
And I can't wait either, because it's going to be awesome. But I mean, as far as for society, I don't know if it's going to be good or not. But as far as an entertainment value and as far as an entertainment consumer, yeah, it's going to be awesome. But I don't know if it's going to be. It'll be within our lifetime, man, but it ain't going to be.
It's going to be slow.
It'll be super slow.
It'll be a gradual process.
And like I was saying before, it really boils down to the price of the cameras and everything like that, right? So, like, it's already millions of dollars to create movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably millions of dollars to make the other movies, right? So, and what it boils down to is, like, can you even find an audience for something like that?
Yeah.
You know,
audience.
You can make a movie like that and it would be awesome, but like, if you don't have an audience to view that, then there's no way to pay for that production.
Right. So they can make it effective but not efficient enough to be feasible.
Right. And that's why we were talking about with the Oculus Quest. It's like, as long as there are more and more products like that that are more feasible for people to have, that's going to push forward that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen.
I mean, I believe so, but
There's going to be the Oculus will be $75 at a thrift store somewhere.
Yeah. Or realistically, even something like you plug your phone into, you know, at a certain point, you know.
Yeah, instead of like an actual headset, it'll probably just be like glasses or something.
Or
well,
you get a headset and it's compatible with your phone, you know.
Yeah. You don't need a computer. Well, I mean, right now
they already do that, where you can plug in your phone into a headset and you can like watch whatever.
They do that on what I have, the Quest 2,
Yeah.
because it's a standalone. You don't need a computer or anything. But they have mounts in the back where you can plug your phone into it. I don't really know how that works or why you would want to do that, but but yeah. So probably have more programs that would entail the use of your phone.
I think to go back a little bit. Yes, I think there's like the VR universe that you can go into. And there are people there today that are buying property and doing these things, which is a good thing for them if you pick the right property, right?
Yeah.
And then not only that though, like once all this shit really pops off, it's really gonna go off. I know that's a terrible way to say it. I don't even really know how to explain it. But like, once the technology catches up with the consumer, once the consumer catches up with the technology, that's when VR is really gonna go off.
Yeah,
is the way I think.
I agree with everything you said about it. I think you've really hit the nail on the head. Yeah. And it's kind of exciting, assuming we all don't die in World War III.
Yeah, World War III. Shout out Ukraine. Anyway, all right, man. Well, I think this has been the podcast, you guys. Stay bricked up.
Stay bricked up.
Have a good one, guys.
For as long as we're going to be saying stay bricked up.
Yeah.